Dolphins and whales are often seen as playful and intelligent creatures, beloved by people around the world, so the idea of hunting them can be deeply unsettling. But for some communities in Japan, this practice has been woven into their history and culture. Let's explore the reasons behind it, the ethical concerns, and the ongoing debate about its future. The exact origins of dolphin and whale hunting in Japan are unclear. Some evidence suggests it might have begun as early as the 12th century, while others point to the 17th century. Initially, consuming whale and dolphin meat might have been driven by practicality, a protein source for coastal communities. Over time, it became integrated into some regional cuisines. There are two main types of hunting practices in Japan: dolphin hunting and whaling. Dolphin hunting, most notably in Taiji, uses a controversial method called drive hunting. This involves using loud noises and banging on metal sheets to frighten and herd pods of dolphins towards a cove. Here, their fate is sealed, either selected for live capture or killed for their meat. Whaling, on the other hand, utilize harpoons or large nets to target whales. Japan participates in two types of whaling: commercial whaling, which focuses on minke whales, and scientific whaling targeting species like sperm whales. However, critics argue that this research whaling is primarily a cover for commercial purposes, with the meat eventually entering the market. The captured dolphins, typically younger and healthier ones, are sold to aquariums and marine parks. The high price tag for a live dolphin makes this a lucrative aspect of the hunt. However, this raises serious ethical concerns. Critics argue that these dolphins face a lifetime of confinement in unnatural environments. Subjected to constant training and performance pressures, the focus on entertainment raises questions about animal welfare and the ethics of keeping intelligent creatures in captivity. The dolphins and whales not chosen for live capture are killed for their meat. The killing methods used in dolphin hunts are particularly criticized for being cruel and inhumane. Concerns also exist about the welfare of whales hunted commercially. Whaling ships utilize harpoons, which can lead to prolonged suffering before the animal dies. Interestingly, the popularity of whale and dolphin meat in Japan is not as widespread as some might believe. Studies show a majority of Japanese people don't regularly eat whale or dolphin meat. The demand seems to be driven more by a cultural association than by widespread consumption habits. Those who support the continuation of dolphin and whale hunting often cite tradition and cultural heritage as primary reasons. They argue it's a practice passed down through generations, deeply rooted in the identity of some coastal communities. Regarding whaling, some claim it's a sustainable way to manage whale populations and a source of livelihood for fishing communities. However, this argument lacks strong scientific backing. Whale populations are carefully monitored by international organizations, and overfishing of certain species is a significant concern. The practice of dolphin and whale hunting has faced international criticism for decades. Animal rights activists argue that these creatures are highly intelligent and social animals who experience pain and suffering. They believe the killing methods are cruel and unnecessary. Furthermore, concerns arise about accidentally harming endangered species during hunts. Documentaries like The Cove have brought widespread attention to these issues, putting pressure on the Japanese government to change its stance. The International Whaling Commission is a global body responsible for regulating whaling practices. Japan has been a member of the IWC but has also objected to the moratorium or ban on commercial whaling, continuing its activities under a legal loophole. This creates international tension and raises questions about responsible resource management and respecting international agreements. In 2019, Japan withdrew its membership from the International Whaling Commission to return commercial whaling despite criticism. The Japanese government maintains that both dolphin and whale hunting are legitimate fishing practices with a long history. They emphasize cultural heritage and regulations with quotas in place. However, public opinion within Japan seems to be shifting. Younger generations are generally more sensitive to animal welfare concerns. There's a growing movement advocating for an end to these practices. This movement pushes for alternative sources of income for fishing communities, highlighting possibilities like sustainable fishing practices or ecotourism focused on responsible whale watching ventures. The future of dolphin and whale hunting in Japan remains uncertain. International pressure, domestic opposition, and concerns about sustainability could lead to stricter regulations or even a complete ban. Some fishing communities are exploring alternative income sources to lessen their dependence on hunting. Sustainable fishing practices, ecotourism focused on whale watching, and government support for economic diversification could be potential solutions. Let's keep the conversation going. Share your thoughts and questions in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel for more in-depth explorations of fascinating and sometimes challenging topics from around the world. Hit that like button to show your support.